Hey everyone, welcome back to English Learn and Speak, the podcast where we make learning English simple, interesting, and full of motivation. I'm Jason, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Julia.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening from your home, on your way to work, or studying in your favorite cafe, thank you for spending this time with us.
Absolutely. Today's episode is a fascinating one. It's about the multilingual brain.
Yes, we're talking about how our brains can switch between English and other languages and what that means for you as an English learner.
So let me start with a question. Have you ever tried to speak English, but suddenly a word from your native language just slips out?
Yes, I think every bilingual person knows that feeling. You're speaking English, and then suddenly your brain throws in a word from your first language.
Exactly. And sometimes you think, oh no, I made a mistake. But actually, your brain is doing something amazing. It's switching between languages like a supercomputer.
That's right. You're not confused. Your brain is multitasking. You're using your knowledge of both languages at the same time. That's powerful.
So, what does multilingual brain really mean?
It means a brain that can process, store, and use more than one language. Scientists have found that when people speak more than one language, their brains actually look different.
Different in a good way. Studies show that bilingual and multilingual people have more connections between brain cells. Their memory is often stronger.
And their brains can switch tasks faster. For example, if you can easily move between English and your native language, you're also training your brain to be flexible in other ways, like problem solving.
Exactly. And here's something fun. The brain doesn't really turn off one language when you speak another. Both languages are active at the same time.
That's right. That's why sometimes you might mix them, but that's not a bad thing. It just shows that your brain is working hard and fast.
Let's talk about this switching because it's something every multilingual person does. Scientists call it code switching.
Yes, code switching means you switch between two languages during a conversation. For example, let's imagine a short dialogue.
Hey, Julia, did you finish your coffee?
Yes, I did. It was so good. Muy rico.
There you go. Julia just used Spanish and English in the same sentence. That's code switching.
Exactly. And many people do this naturally, not just to show off their language skills, but because sometimes a word or phrase just feels right in one language.
Right. Maybe your native language expresses emotion better, or maybe the English word is shorter or easier to say.
And guess what? This switching doesn't confuse your brain. It actually strengthens it.
The cool thing is, bilingual brains are constantly managing two systems. Imagine you have two apps open on your phone, English and your first language.
Your brain keeps both open, ready to use, but it knows when to focus on one. It's like an expert juggler, catching and throwing languages without dropping them.
Exactly. And this juggling helps you in daily life, too. It makes you more creative, more adaptable, and even more confident when facing new challenges.
That's why learning English, or any language, is not just about words. It's about training your brain to think in new ways.
I remember when I first learned Spanish. At the beginning, I would mix English and Spanish all the time. I'd say things like, I'm going to la tienda, instead of, I'm going to the store.
Oh, I did that too. When I was learning French, I'd start a sentence in English and finish it in French without even noticing.
And at first, I thought, I'm doing it wrong. But later, I learned that's what every multilingual brain does. It's part of the learning process.
Yes, mixing languages is a sign of progress, not failure. It means your brain is making connections between languages.
Let's go a little deeper into the science, but don't worry, we'll keep it simple.
Okay, inside your brain, there's a part called the prefrontal cortex. It helps you control attention, like deciding which language to use.
And there's another part called the anterior cingulate cortex. That's like your language traffic manager. It helps you switch smoothly between languages.
So, when you speak English and your native language, those parts of your brain are constantly working together like a team.
And every time you practice English, that team gets stronger.
That's why consistency is key. Even just 10 minutes of English a day keeps your multilingual brain active.
Let's do a short practice for our listeners. If you're listening right now, try repeating these sentences with us.
I'll say them in English and you can repeat after me. Ready? I can switch between languages easily.
I am proud to be bilingual.
My brain gets stronger every time I practice English.
Nice! You see, simple affirmations like these remind you that learning a language is not a struggle, it's brain training.
And I know sometimes it feels hard. Maybe you forget words or mix languages, but don't give up. That's how your brain learns best.
Yes, exactly. Think about it. Babies also mix sounds before they learn to speak clearly. Adults do the same when learning a new language.
So next time you make a mistake, just smile and say, hey, my brain is learning something amazing today.
That's a great mindset. And remember, being multilingual doesn't mean you have to be perfect in all languages. It means you can connect in more ways with more people.
That's beautiful. Language is connection, and connection is confidence.
Exactly. Because remember, your multilingual brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger and faster it becomes.
Let's start with something simple. Why do we need to train our brains for language switching?
Well, imagine your brain as a gym. Every time you use English, you're giving it a workout. If you only use your native language, that part of your brain stays strong, but your English muscle stays a bit lazy.
Right. But when you switch between English and your first language often, for example, while talking, reading, or thinking, your brain learns to move between them smoothly.
It's like learning to dance. At first, you count every step, 1, 2, 3, but after a while, your body just knows the rhythm.
That's a perfect example. And for language learners, that rhythm is when you can think, speak, and even dream in English without translating.
Let's talk about something English learners always hear. Think in English.
Yes, every teacher says that. But most students think, how do I actually do that?
Exactly. So let's make it simple. Thinking in English doesn't mean you suddenly forget your native language. It means you start using English words for simple ideas first.
For example, when you wake up and see your coffee, instead of thinking, ye meri coffee hai, think, this is my coffee. Small steps.
Yes, and later you can describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm opening the window. I'm getting ready for work.
These small phrases train your brain to connect daily actions with English words directly, without translating.
And guess what? The more you do this, the faster your brain switches automatically. You don't have to search for English words. They just appear.
Let's try a fun practice with our listeners. It's called the Switch Challenge.
Okay, here's how it works. We'll give you short situations, and you'll try to say something in English.
Ready? Let's start simple.
You're in a cafe. You want to order coffee. What do you say?
Good. You might say, hi, can I have a cup of coffee, please? Or 1 cappuccino, please.
Perfect! Now, switch to your native language for 5 seconds. Just think a sentence in your first language.
Now switch back to English and say, thank you, that's all.
Did you feel that little moment of switching? That's your brain training in real time.
Exactly. Do this kind of exercise a few times a day. Talk to yourself in English for a minute, then switch back. Your brain learns flexibility through practice, just like stretching muscles.
Now, let's talk about mistakes, because so many learners feel afraid to switch languages or speak English in public.
Yes, that fear is common, but mistakes are not the enemy. They're proof that your brain is learning.
I love that. Let's say you accidentally say, I goed to school instead of I went to school.
Your brain just used the rule add ed for past tense, and that's great. It means you understand English structure even if the word was irregular.
Exactly. Every time you make a mistake, your brain is testing ideas. It's building connections.
So if you feel embarrassed, just remember your brain is doing its job. Be proud of your effort.
Now, Julia, do you know what I love about multilinguals?
What?
They mix languages without shame. I once heard a friend say, "This pizza is so delicious, yar," mixing English and Hindi.
Oh, I love that. I often say that cafe was magnifique, mixing English and French.
And you know what? That mix is culture. It's identity. It shows you belong to two worlds.
That's beautiful. It's not wrong. It's actually a creative way your brain connects languages.
Right. Code switching is